Check this out, it doesn't get much better than this. Hey, what's up guys, Rado here again with Jay, and this time we have YZ125 2022. Jay, tell me a little bit more about this bike.
Well, the YZ125s are really fun, and this one got a lot more updates than the 250 did for 22, and so it's been fun to ride. I'm not good at riding two-strokes anymore after being on the track, after riding four-strokes so long, but the 125 I can feel a little bit better on, a little safer, so it's been fun. I think we're going to have fun today at the track with it.
Right. I love these 125 engines. I spent some time on YZ125 like a year ago, and if you get that turn right, you just feel like a superhero, so I cannot wait to ride this thing today.
So this YZ125, they did get some updates to the cylinder, head, power valve area, and the big news is they changed to a key and carb, which most people know the key and carb can tend to make a little bit better power than the Mikuni. The Mikuni's been fine. It's been okay to jet and so forth, but with this new key in, unfortunately the stock jetting came pretty far off. It was a bit weird. We feel we've got a pretty good setting right now, and I think we can still get it better. But we got the JD jetting kit in there, and that's with their needles and jets, we have a little bit more leeway, and we went quite a bit richer on the main. And with their needle, red needle in the fourth clip, a 170 main and a 50 pilot. The 50 pilot, the stock pilot's like a 72 or 74, so it's like crazy how really rich on top, on the bottom. Like when we did that video with Ping, as soon as he started it, first thing he said was Rich. You know, yeah. he started, it wasn't even running for a quarter second, you know, and he's like, Rich. It was kind of funny that he know that from riding two strokes for so long. So the thing was really rich, and so it was nice to get that cleaned up a bit. So we got that jetting sorted out with JD jetting, which was a huge help. And so I think that should run a lot better, and we're going to keep playing with it. But I think we've got it pretty dang good now. It seems to pull a little bit better on top. We got Martin Castelo out there riding this thing, a former pro from South America, a little bit better size for this bike than you and I.
Yeah, absolutely. But I still think that this is the funnest bike. The most fun you can have on a dirt bike is at 125. Even though I'm like a little bit over 200 pounds now, but that thing can pull me, and it just makes me feel really like a superhero when I hit those turns just right.
Oh, for sure. It's like when you can scream out a 125 like on that hill track we were at a couple weeks ago, that's a great feeling, be able to ride a 125 and those kind of things. There's certain places that a 125 is really fun for. So if you had the luxury to have an extra 125, or for a kid coming up, I made Spencer ride a 125 for a lot longer than a lot of people would have nowadays, but I had him ride one. My goal was, and what I told him is he had to be able to pass me on the 125 when I was on a 250F. It was really fun. As you can see, we've got some great shots out here of Cody and Martine riding. The bike is really fun. Like you said, it's fun to ride, and I really enjoy riding it. And Rado's actually working on a 22-year-old YZ125 build coming up. That should be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So we also updated the suspension on this YZ125. These things are set up for guys a little bit lighter than Rado and I initially. So on this bike, Factory Connection went through and did the suspension for us, got that a little bit better. We still want to keep that good plush stock characteristics, but at the same time, prevent us from bottoming out on some of that bigger stuff since we're a bit bigger on this thing, and feel like they got a pretty good setup going for us. Also, the YZ125 now comes with a V-Force recage stock, which is really cool. We've got our FMF pipe and silencer on here, which of course look and sound amazing, so that's really nice to have on here. Of course, in the YZ125, we got our ODI bars and grips. I got Decal Works knocked it out of the park with the graphics on the UFO plastic, Pro X chain and sprockets. We went up one on the rear sprocket. We wanted to have a little bit more power for the uphills at Glen Helen especially. coming up, so we went up to a 50. Got a lot of our Works Connection bits we use. We got the Pro Launch hole shot device. If anybody wants to really try hard on the start, we're gonna have that going on. And got some good VP fuel in here with some Klotz oil. This thing smells nice and runs really well.
.125, love it, love it, love it. This thing is so much fun, my goodness. Like on the wet track or main track, like if you go to those turns and clutch it just right, go on the gas, I just love it. Jay, man, I had so much fun on this bike. Really, I think this is like the most fun you can have on a dirt bike, period. What do you think?
I can't argue with you. When you're riding tracks, now the problem goes to the right track, right? So as long as the track suits a 125 and you're out of shape and not a good rider, as skilled as a young kid racer, if it has little doubles out of a turn, it can be tough to be doing that stuff. But if you have a track that's 125 vet friendly, nothing's better. Like you've seen those, like when I took you out on those hill tracks a couple weeks back, and that's what we were riding on the sections where we could open it up here at the main track today at Kuya. That's where it feels amazing. That's why nothing feels as good as having that thing wide open on a 125, and it runs so good with that JD jetting. So I tested it out yesterday on the road because I was under the gun here, and man, it feels so good on the track. I'm really pleased with the jetting, and the suspension's really good. A little bit soft, but a 125, you kind of like that soft feeling. In fact, I think Factory Connection did a good job on that suspension. What'd you think of the suspension?
It was good. Yeah, it was really good. I'm a little bit heavier, over 200. I'll just put it out there, but it did well. I didn't case anything today on this bike, but it just felt really good, and I just loved the feeling when I could just throw it in the turn. Like when I was coming to a turn, I'm just coming a little bit faster to the turns on the 125. I just have it somewhere in my mind that I can go a little bit faster, put the bike a little bit, in a turn and go on the gas, clutch it. It's just such a great feeling. The bike feels really amazing.
Yeah, and I loved how when you came back after Martin Castelo was riding it, you came back and were like showing me video of him, stretching it out over some of the longer, tougher jumps. And it's pretty fun watching him and our buddy Cody riding these things. It was pretty cool. And got a little footage of us riding, and it was fun. But we got on the track way late in the day. Track was already spent because we spent all of our time with the cool guys. And so we got, but I think we had a good time, and we burned up a ton of gas, and we got a bunch of time on this bike now, so it's fully ready for the two-stroke race coming up.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully next week two-stroke race, and then I want to put way more time on this bike this year. We're gonna have it for some time, so you guys can expect more footage from me. And definitely 125, it's a really fun bike. So if you can have one in your garage, just keep it, because it's just gonna put a smile on your face. All right, my friends, well, that's about it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, whatever you do,
stay motivated.
See you guys later.